Hey guys, welcome to Cooking with Magic. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, anything you can do to get a little exposure to the show and to the guys over here on the Magic Our Way podcast. It's greatly appreciated. You can also support us at Patreon. We have a Patreon set up at patreon.com/magicourway. Today we are making the broccoli cheese soup from the Pacific Wharf Cafe. You can find that in Disney's California Adventure, obviously over in California. And actually, my daughter brought some sourdough home from San Francisco this week, so that inspired me to try out this broccoli cheese soup. Pacific Wharf Cafe, they got a lot of different kinds of soups, clam chowder, things like that, but I really like the broccoli cheese soup there, so we're going to try it today. And yeah, let's get to cooking. And for our ingredients, you're going to need a whole onion. We're going to dice that. You need a stick of butter, 1/3 cup of flour, 4 cups of whole milk, 2 cups of half and half. Broccoli, I'm using frozen. You can definitely use fresh if you'd like. That will work just fine. We're going to need just a pinch of nutmeg, 3 cups of cheese. I'm going to use Gouda, and don't buy the pre-shredded stuff. Shred it yourself. It will turn out much better. Any cheese you want, honestly, sharp cheddar, whatever you want to use. Again, I like the Gouda, it's a little bit smoother. Salt and pepper to taste, and also 2 cups of chicken broth, and maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on how thick you want your soup. And for your final ingredient, don't forget your puppy. Patches. Patches wants some soup, huh? Now, while you're chopping your onions, go ahead and heat up your Dutch oven or pan or whatever you want to use for your soup. The onions ain't got to be pretty. I'm going to hit it with an immersion blender at the end, so it's not going to matter whether they're chopped real fine, big, small pieces, doesn't matter. It's all going to get blended up together. All right, so the Dutch oven is ready. Let's melt our butter, just a whole stick of butter. Once that's melted and back hot, we're going to throw in the onions and saute the onion for about 5 or 10 minutes. Just depends on how hot the heat is and all that stuff. So let's see how it goes. But we'll melt the butter first, then throw in the onions. All right, so let's throw in the onions. And like I said, we're going to let that cook down for about 5 or 10 minutes. Just kind of give it a good stir every once in a while. Once we got it where we want it, we're going to put the flour in there, thicken it up, then we'll put our liquids. Okay, and then incorporate the flour into the butter and the onions. It's going to thicken up a little bit. That's perfect. And at this point, I'm probably going to add a little salt and pepper. May have to add some more later, but I'm going to throw it in there right now. And we're about ready to add our milk and our half and half. Go ahead and get our pinch of nutmeg, maybe a big pinch. Now I'm going to throw in the broccoli. My broccoli is frozen, so that's going to cool this down a little bit. I'm going to bring it back up to heat, cover it, then I'm going to put it on low for about 30 minutes or so. No cheese yet. All right, so everything is back up to the right heat. We're going to put this on low, cover it, let it simmer for about 30 minutes or so, let all those flavors join together. All right, so while we're waiting, we can shred our cheese and make sure you give some to your dog. Here's Patches. That good, Patches? Oh, he's a good doggy. Okay, so about 30 minutes on low. You're going to see how it's nice and creamy. Now, we haven't added the cheese yet. It's still just the milk and the half and half, all that. But it is super creamy. We're going to throw the cheese in now and melt it. And then be ready to go. All right, so should be good to go. Let's take a look there. It's really creamy. I don't think I'm going to add any chicken broth. You can if you want it to be more of a soup consistency, if you want it to be a little thinner. Also, I thought I was going to hit it with the immersion blender, but I think I'm not. It looks pretty good. I like the consistency. Probably too because it's I use a frozen broccoli. It broke down while I was cooking, so fresh broccoli may not break down that much. But yeah, it looks good. Let's give it a taste test. Yeah, so here's that sourdough. I've never seen a sourdough shaped crocodile before, but this is from Boudin's, which is one of the more famous places for sourdough bread in San Francisco. So we're going to try it out with our broccoli cheese soup. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Pacific Wharf Cafe broccoli and cheese soup. It's pretty good. Probably would use a little bit sharper cheddar next time instead of the Gouda, or maybe a combination. But it's got a good flavor. It's very creamy. Great for cold weather. Let's see how the sourdough is with it. Now, of course, you normally would have like a sourdough bowl, but as you saw, I didn't get a sourdough bowl. I got a whole alligator. So that's not going to work. That's good bread. Yeah, solid. All right, we did it. Great job. If you want to check out the broccoli cheese soup from Pacific Wharf Cafe for yourself, you can email me. I can get you set up, get you a vacation out there to Disneyland. You can check it out in Disney's California Adventure. Email me at lee@magicourway.com. Please check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Lastovica Travel. That's Lastovica Travel. You can find me on Instagram at You Got a Friend in Lee Travel. And on TikTok, you can find me at You Got a Friend in Lee. So if you do any of that, we'll get you hooked up and booked up. Till next time, magic out.
And we want to just take a second and thank our lovely Patreon supporters. There they are. And look, if you want to up your support of the Magic Our Way podcast, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way. There you'll find awesome tiers from which you can choose from to help support the Magic Our Way podcast. Again, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way.